So in this pre-market session of the 2nd of July 2021, we can see that so far I think 2.3 million shares have crossed the tape for Marin software. So we can see it's up 14.72%. At some point we recorded something higher than that, and earlier on as well, yes, it was trading at roughly 16.99. That was where we picked off this Fibonacci retracement and extension level. So it has since extended beyond that, currently now at 17.29. it closed at 15.08. It also extended in that previous session, the session of the 1st of July. So the stock is for sure on squeeze. Currently it has converged with its 10-day and 20-day moving average, just slightly above its volume weighted average price. And what you're looking at right here is I believe this is the 50-day moving average, the 200-day moving average. So all of these are the 1-minute model for Marin software. So this is a 1-minute model, this is a live model, this is what's going on right now. It is up 15.19%. so let's see what's going on the 5-minute model. This is okay. You can see the 5-minute model. It says it reached 617.77 and retraced below the volume weighted average price, but all the signals, as you can imagine, are still very much bullish. The stock has been extending for some days now. So let's see the daily model. Let's see what's going on. And okay, in the daily model we don't have the reflection yet. That has not taken effect yet, so it is still pointing to the closing price of 15.08. In a few minutes it might reflect that, but so far we are looking at an extension of 14.52% for Marin software. Let's see what's going on with the the 14-period slow stochastic oscillator. You can see that is also extending. Yes, the 14-period is quite bullish at the moment. So let's return to that 1-minute model. It's gradually retracing. It's now down to 13.73%. So this is what's going on for Marin software. So I think the stock has now retraced below the 10-day moving average, because we now have the MACD below the signal line, and momentum has also dropped off now, down at 40. It's now oversold at the moment. I mean, that must explain why we have a 13.99 extension as against something more than that. At some point it was more than that for sure. So we have on this grid, you're looking at the extension and retracement levels. We picked it up from 16.99, so it has exceeded that now. Yes, and this is also where it closed. Okay, at some point in the previous session, that was the session of the 1st of July, it was trading, at some point it was at 14.14. so that's what's going on live for Marin software. There isn't obviously any news. The news is that the squeeze is going on, and there's a good chance also that Marin may or may not have warrants, because what has caused some of this squeeze we're looking at right now is that a lot of people who do their own market, who do due diligence on some of these stocks, have found out that some of these stocks, I cannot exactly say whether it's Marin software, their warrants have been snapped up. You know, that is the case with Odia. That is also the case with Grid Network Holdings, or something like that. So their warrants have been snapped up, and when When warrants are being snapped up, what does that indicate? It indicates, among other things, in the sphere of what's going on right now, it just simply indicates that people are hedging, are probably hedging, because these stocks, Marin Software doesn't have options, but it has warrants. Warrants is the equivalent, it is an equivalent to options, because warrants are issued by the company, but the options are issued by the market makers and institutional investors, as the case may be. So they do the same, pretty much the same thing. So if you want to hedge, if they are shorting, they might use options to hedge. If there are no options, then warrants might be their best bet. So unfortunately, warrants are not exactly that widely available for people to trade, and before you get involved, they need to probably call the investor relations department of the various companies to find out what the symbols are and all that stuff. So sometimes they're not even tradable as such. You can hardly find the platform to trade them. So, but some of these short sellers are highly sophisticated. They have the contacts, they have the means, so they know how to reach some of these contracts. But unfortunately, I mean, the movements of such warrants are displayed on the regular platforms, including Charles Schwab. They are displayed. I know before the market closed, Odeer and Green Network, their options were up by around their warrants were up by around 30% or thereabouts. So just an indication that people, some of these hedge funds, some of these short sellers are hedging their bets just in case they face any squeeze. It's also an indication that they believe something is going to happen. They believe the squeeze will take effect, so they run in there and hedge them. So we don't exactly know whether that was the case with Marin Software, whether there were some warrant transactions concerning it, but right now it's on squeeze. It closed up about 40% or thereabout in the previous session, the session of the 1st of July. Currently now it is up 15.38%. It's challenging the 20-day moving average at the moment, challenging it to that moving average is posing some resistance. So it's broken it above it now, and the next level will be 1750 for Marin Software based on this 1-minute live session. So it's currently at $17.39 at the moment, which is also an extension of 15.25% right now. Momentum is improving. It's now above 50 and rising. So it's improving. Yes, we have 5,438 that just crossed the tape at the moment. So we have another 5,538. Let's see whether we are seeing any codes from these volumes. Let's see whether any codes are being displayed by the sort of lots we are seeing going through, because it seems that has now become the case. Even those who are bullish, if you have been following what's going on some of the many social media platforms, stocktwits and other stuff, they use those codes. They might say, if you're going to buy, if you're going to buy certain, if you're going to buy, you can round up the number or your volume to maybe whatever it is, and then let the last 2 digits be 17 or whatever it is. That way you will indicate to the whole market that you are part of that group. That's you are aware. I mean, you're probably bullish, by doing that. So that's that is sort of things that can go on. When you see such, you can see we've seen 590, 890. Those might be codes. It's not coincidental that we have seen 590 and we're seeing 890 as well, as volume lots that have crossed the tape. So all in all, the stock is not slightly above its, I think slightly above its 20-day moving average, I believe. Yes. So let's see how things are going to change. We're still stuck on that 890. Okay, it's now 8200, so there's a good chance this 200 is not part of the, it's not part of the gang, it's not part of the clique, it's not part of the group. We're seeing 400 as well. Let's see what's going on. Let's see whether we are seeing codes here as it concerns their volume lots. Let's see, it's still stuck at 400. Momentum is improving. MACD is still below the signal line. This is the 1 minute live model for Marin software. So just in case you are trying to get involved with Marin software, just be very careful. It's been on squeeze. It's on squeeze right now, but nobody knows really when it's going to end or anything like that. So you have to be really careful, know what you're doing with the stock, you know. So we have seen another figure, 600. I wouldn't want to conclude that it's a code as well, but there's fingers crossed. Let's see how things go. Momentum is currently at 89.66. It's overbought at the moment. See 900 as well. 900 is the volume that has just crossed the tape now. So we're seeing 1,328, 1,445. Let's see whether there's any pattern will emanate from this. Let's see. Okay. So it's stuck at $17.34. It'll be quiet at the moment. We'll see how things turn out when the market opens. So last volume that crossed the tape is 1,445. Let's see whether the next lot will also present a similar pattern. Okay, no, the next lot is just 100, 780. Let's see, 780. Let's see whether we're repeating that pattern. 780 at the moment. 1,099, 1,015, 1,215. Well, in any case, whatever the case is, the Marin software is on squeeze at the moment. It's currently up 15.38% at the moment. And just be careful if you really want to get involved with Marin software. Know what you're doing. We don't exactly know whether the squeeze will continue or not. Just be really careful. The momentum has at some point reached 100%. Has now retraced down below 80. It's currently now at 79.31. Gradually, slightly getting just come out of the oversold region at the moment. Just come out of that. So it's gradually waning as well. Gradually waning. Lost about 24% of its power. So it's the stock itself is retracing. It's getting support from the 50-day moving average, which is at 17. The 15-day moving average is at 1720. Yes. So just be careful, know what you're doing, and we just needed to bring you an update on Marin software. It's up 14.06%. Be careful if you really want to join. Just know what you're doing. Manage your money very well and carefully. Okay. So thank you very much for watching this video.